Please don't do this. If you are playing lethal and see your teammate get an enemy ready for execution, do not take pot shots at that enemy to poach the kill. Okay, so this is a little bit of lethal etiquette. Be sure to keep an eye on your teammate's health bar when they're in their melee fights with Majorus or whoever. Keep an eye on that, because if one of your teammates are low, let them get the execution, potentially refilling their health bar. Yes, this is something that even I am guilty of. Whenever I'm in operations, I try to keep an eye on my teammate's health bar, and then just keep an eye on who they're attacking, because if they have full health, then go ahead and execute whoever you want. But if they have low health, or maybe not, they could have a perk for it, but either way, just keep an eye on their health bar. This is basically just basic lethal etiquette that can help you and your team get through these levels. It can also help you be a better teammate. Executions are crucial for survivability, and respawn times are long. Save your ammo and let that teammate get the execution. Otherwise, you may get stuck with a player down trying to fight a massive enemy wave with zone throws added on top of it. Okay. Yes, so be careful on who you execute. This is definitely just a little bit of a note, basically. Too many people are just executing here and there, so yeah, definitely keep an eye on your teammate's health bar. Make sure you're not taking any executions from your teammates. Okay, let's see if we can find any more tips on the subject of lethal etiquette. Sniper chiming in, only reason I'm doing this is because I'm sick and tired of teammates on lethal taking their sweet time on the gaunts instead of executing the Majorus. Okay, just like everything in this game, I guess it goes both ways. I have seen this as well, of just players not finishing off Majorus. But again, if they're not really interested in the execution, there's nothing wrong with getting the execution there. It's mostly when they're in a tough battle with like a Majorus, and the Majorus is in executionable state, and then you see your teammate who's fighting that Majorus have a low health bar. Let them get the execution, because their health bar will likely rise. If you leave an executable Majorus on lethal unattended for too long, they go back and enrage. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that. So apparently, yeah, that makes sense. Let's say if you miss an execution, that Majorus can be enraged. So definitely keep an eye on that. On Gunner Majorus, this mostly means insta death for melees who don't know how to deal with it. Yeah, that's fair. And on lethal, the duration time of execution periods is lower. So if I see teammates waste that, I absolutely aim to end the target. This is especially on chaos maps because they deal so much damage when enraged and shooting. Note, this does not mean I take... Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on. Chaos can be enraged? Okay, that makes a lot of sense why people hate fighting chaos. Note, this does not mean I take an execution when I see them running for it, but mostly I have one goal: take out high target threats. Okay, hold on. There's a pretty funny pushback comment here. Bulwark player here. Snipers and Bulwark players always clashing, apparently. The problem is some snipers take the kill indiscriminately, messing with the flow of combat. On lethal, where survivability is key, if a Bulwark is in the middle of a swarm doing his thing, each execution provides iframes, enemy stagger, and armor regen. Taking them away is absolutely detrimental. Yeah, I agree. I agree with both these players, but they both have a different perspective that kind of clashes, and I think this is interesting. Also, I have lost count of how many times a sniper takes a kill I am setting up for the third brother so I can heal him. Enemy in execution state, I highlight the target for my brother who was rushing over, drop the banner, and headshot from across the map. I would love if the sniper commented down below. He's like, "Oh, sorry for that." I agree generally, but sometimes they are left too long and come back, so I can understand the urge to get things perma-dead in the thick of battle confusion when there's a lot going on. Death frustrating when you're on 0 armor and someone whips in and execute the Matrix you've just hammered, and suddenly your health is down massively second later. Can't say I haven't accidentally done it from time to time when lost in the hectic fray though, but trying to keep correct form on this foremost in my mind. This is not on lethal, as still haven't worked up to giving that a go yet. Okay, so here we have a guy who isn't playing on lethal, and yeah, he's having a tough time kind of, mapping out which person should be executed or not. Here's the thing. The more you play, the more you're going to be able to recognize these patterns. So don't feel bad if you can't really tell what is going on in battle yet. Just keep on playing through operations, keep an eye on your teammates, keep an eye on your teammates' health bar, and yes, you will eventually be able to, keep a more consistent plan when going through these executionable states. I have not only seen others do this, but have taken to doing it as a practice across all modes. I will get the mob to an execution state, and if I do not need the armor, I leave it and move to the next. Okay, that's dangerous. Okay. From what we just read, this is potentially a way to just enrage targets. If you get a mob to an execution state, make sure you finish him. If it's the mob you were fighting, unless you're a bulwark, I guess. But yeah, keep an eye on your teammates' battles. If you're in a 1v1 with a Matrix, there's nothing wrong with executing that Matrix. They stay in the execution state, and others that need it seem to run to them. No, they're running over to them because you're not finishing off your Matrix. You're literally the person the sniper was just talking about. You get nothing for executing experience-wise anyways, perhaps a kill count tick, that's it though. Armor replenishment and health are the big returns. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, leave, okay. Let me clarify. Leave a Matrix in execution state if you see that the bulwark is going to use it to refill health. Or if you notice that the teammate who is fighting that Matrix is low health, let him execute, see if the contested health bar goes back up. Don't just leave Matrix in execution state just all over the place. Don't do that. At least take out a few. I learned this behavior from seeing others perform it and knowing how much it helped me when I adopted it. So to those that helped keep me on my feet, thank you. Okay, I mean, that's fair. If someone else helps you that way, that's fine, but if your entire team is full health, there's absolutely zero reason why you shouldn't execute your Matrix, okay? Holy cow. Agreed, I can't understand why people waste ammo on mobs to be executed, especially when you have a tactical in the team that uses the execution to get ammo and grenades. Now, this is something I actually missed. This is true, so basically just be in contact with your tactical and let them know. No, your tactical is not going to have a problem getting executions. You do not need to leave around executionable enemies for the tactical. He has a grenade launcher. He's taken out mobs of Tyranids, so he'll be fine. He will be fine. But that's genuinely true, though. There's really no reason to waste ammo, and at the very least, if someone's in an executionable state, you don't need to waste ammo on it. I guess I kind of missed that in the original post. The fact that this person keeps losing out on executions because someone is shooting the executionable Matrix or whoever. Holy cow, man. I like walking through these videos because it helps me pretty much identify behavior that people are getting annoyed with, and then, we can discuss it and go through every reason there could possibly be to leave up an executionable enemy for one of your teammates. And yeah, this is going to be very, very important on lethal. The tactical with the grenade launcher though, on lethal, he's fine. You don't need to leave any executionable enemies around for tactical. I would argue you don't need to leave them around at all. You just don't need to steal other players' executionable enemies, So, I don't know. Keep an eye on this sort of thing. This is definitely something I think that's going to be handy for horde mode as well. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on your teammates' health in lethal. This is basically just a little bit of a breakdown on some lethal etiquette. And yeah, definitely going to keep an eye out for more lethal etiquette discussions, for sure. Thanks for watching.